Happy new release day, everybody. I'm so anxious to get into all this stuff. We have so much awesome stuff to open tonight. Lots of things came out tonight, or today rather, that we're breaking tonight. So we'll start off with a full case of 2018 Topps Tier 1 baseball. Next, after that, we will open a full case of 17-18 Dominion basketball, which is the new high-end Panini product. And then following that, we will be in Classics football. So we've got a lot on tap tonight. We also have some unpaid teams sitting out there. I really need to get those taken care of, especially the ones that are sitting in Dominion basketball. So you know who you are. If you have not paid for your team yet, please take time to pay for it now, because if we get to Dominion and your team isn't paid, we might have to resell it, and nobody wants to do that. You bid on it for a reason. I want you to be able to keep it. So please take care of your payment if you haven't done so up to this point. All right, we do have a little information to go over to get things started with tonight. So a couple of things you see on this page. One is that my feedback is completely automated on eBay. Seems like that comes up a lot, so that's why I started including it here in our nightly break info. So basically what that means to you is that you never ever have to wait on me to get caught up with leaving feedback. As soon as you post positive feedback for me, you're going to instantly get it in return. Then the second and most important thing you see there is to say thank you. I appreciate everyone who bids and breaks and chats with me, hangs out with me, keeps me informed of scores and all that stuff. So in whatever way you're participating tonight, once again, I thank you. Taking a look now at the breaks that are coming up over the course of the next 5 days. So we're going to be very busy this holiday weekend. Tomorrow night, we've got some autographed memorabilia. We will do another case of Tier 1 baseball and another case of Classics football. On Friday night, more autographed memorabilia, more Tier 1, more Dominion, and Leaf Ultimate Draft football, which comes out on Friday. We're going to break that in a full case, and that means we will have 60 hits in Leaf Ultimate Draft. No base in there. It's all hits. It's all on-card autographs. It's a lot of the big name, most of the big name rookies in this class. It's 5 per box, so we'll have 60 per case, and that should make for a good night. On Saturday night, once again, a little more memorabilia, a half case of 2011 Prime Signatures, another case of Leaf Ultimate Draft, and another case of Classics football. Sunday, autographed memorabilia, 2012 Signature Series Baseball, another case of Dominion, another case of Ultimate Draft, and you got it, another case of Classics football. Monday is all memorabilia, and then we're going to throw in a little 2011 Prime Signatures at the end of the night there. So Monday night, we're not doing, give me a little time there to get caught up on some shipping and things. For tonight, there's a couple of things to note here. First of all of our breaks tonight were paid shipping breaks. I am hoping, guys, that I can get all this stuff that we're going to break tonight out to you by Saturday. I'm going to try really hard. If it doesn't go out the door on Saturday, remember there is no mail on Monday. That's the holiday. So if for some reason it does not get out on Saturday, it will jump to Tuesday. But I'm going to try super hard to get it to you on Saturday. Second thing, consolation cards. So if you're in one of these breaks and your team doesn't pull a single card of any sort, you are still entitled to a consolation card or cards. Since these are all paid shipping breaks tonight, any consolation card or cards that are due will ship out with the rest of the break, okay? So that's how that will work this evening. This is the order that we're breaking in. Tier 1, Dominion, and then Classics. Once again, if your spots are not paid, and there are several in Dominion not paid, and there are several in Classics not paid, if your spots aren't paid, you need to get them paid, guys, because I can't let that kind of money just sit out there, unfortunately. So if they're not paid, we would have to deal with reselling some of those, and nobody wants to do that. So please pay your bills. And all right, did we look at, maybe we didn't. We didn't spend very much time, so let's look at this again. We're going to start off with 12 boxes of 2018 Tier 1 baseball. This is a full case break, and it is break number 1. And, of course, our eBay end date is tonight, the 23rd of May. And it ended tonight. We're breaking it tonight. Our team names are on the left-hand side. Winning bidders are across from it there on the right-hand side. And if you're watching live and you would like to participate in chat, or you need to reach me for something, you need to grab me in chat, here's how you do that. A, you need to be logged into YouTube. And secondly, if you happen to be on a mobile device like a tablet or a phone, you will also have to click on the link that says you want to view the desktop version. Now, I do know that the focus changed there. I just did that on purpose. And I do know that it made the background look all crazy and out of focus, but that's okay because we're going to be able to see our cards without any issues. I think everybody in Tier 1 did get paid up tonight, so thank you guys for getting it all taken care of. I know it was a short window tonight. There's normally a little more time from the end of the auction to the start of the break. Not a lot more, but usually another half hour or so. And I know tonight we were jam-packed in there, so I appreciate you sticking in there and getting those taken care of as quickly as you did. So Tier 1, I'd say many, if not all of you, have opened this before in past years. And so you kind of know what we're looking at with Tier 1. It is all hits. And there is going to be 1 pack per box. We're going to find a couple of autographs and a relic per box. And it's always pretty awesome. I very much look forward to Tier 1 every year. Sean, there are a few that aren't paid, but I'm not really going to call anybody out right this moment. Here's what's going to happen. After we go through Tier 1, I will pull it up and look once again to see what is still unpaid before we start Dominion. And if we have still those unpaid teams sitting there at that point, then we'll talk about getting a home for them. But until then, I'm going to give those folks this time while we're breaking Tier 1, give them a little time to try and get that paid, because I do know it was a short window tonight, and sometimes that makes life a little more difficult. But we are starting off numbered to 295 with Paul DeYoung and the St. Louis Cardinals. And that is followed up by Drew Pomerantz to 270 for the Red Sox. And then here comes Mookie Betts for our relic. Mookie is numbered to 400, also for the Red Sox. I think I saw a headline go by that he said he's not going to participate in the Home Run Derby this year. I think I saw that go by. I know Aaron Judge already said he didn't plan on participating, so I think we're going to have a bunch of our guys maybe passing on the Home Run Derby this year. Oh, hey, here's a bit of interesting news. Some of you are aware of the fact that that the blue Otani kanji Japanese autograph version came out of one of my Bowman breaks, and of course there was a little bit of publicity about that kind of ran its course there a few days ago. Well, I think I said at some point when we were discussing this after the fact, I thought the card would probably grade out at maybe a 9.5. I thought somewhere between, either 9, 10, but probably 9.5. And then, of course, the bidder got it. He took it out, inspected it, thought the same thing, thought we're looking about 9.5. So he sent it off, got it graded, just got word today. It has, in fact, come back at a beautiful 9.5. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, you probably, hi Yomi, you probably were not logged in when we started the break tonight, but I did a rundown of the order that things are breaking in. So Tier 1, which is what I'm opening right now, is first. Dominion Basketball is second. And Classics Football is our third break tonight because it has the most cards. Both Dominion and Tier 1 are pretty easy and quick to break, so it makes sense for Classics to come after those two because it's a lot more cards and will take a lot longer to break. So there are usually multiple breaks in a night. That's why the listing description does always say that I'll be opening not only the product that you see there, but other products that end the same night. That's to kind of give everybody a heads up in case you didn't know. It is kind of in there in the description to keep us all on the same pace. But if you are waiting on classics, I would say conservatively you probably have maybe 20 minutes, something like that, 20 to 30 minutes. So you could probably wander off for a bit and come back if you're not interested in looking at what we pull out here with Tier 1 and then Dominion that will follow that. Numbered to 100, Jose Ramirez for the Indians. Numbered to 275, we have Garrett Cooper and the Marlins. Our relic, Amed Rosario to 400 for the Mets. Yeah, James, I'm pretty psyched that it came back a 9.5. That makes me happy too. He said he'll actually, I guess, have it back in hand tomorrow. So when he gets it, he's going to send some pictures of it and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited. It says numbered to 275. There's another Paul DeJong for the Cardinals. A pair of those so far. And then we have Joe Jimenez to 275 for the Detroit Tigers. We've got an extra little hit in this box as well. Numbered to 400, Charlie Blackmon and the Rockies. And here comes our nice bonus hit. Oh yeah, it's a bat knob. And it's not going to fit in that sleeve, is it? So we're going to do something a little different with that. Mark Trumbo, nice little 1 of 1 there with the bat knob coming out for the Orioles. And I think the card is too thick to fit in that sleeve, but I don't want it just hanging out here. So I'll figure out what we're going to do with it in terms of shipping. I'll get it to you safely. You don't need to worry about that. But for now, we're going to put it in that little team bag to keep it all nice and happy and safe with our 1 of 1 Mark Trumbo bat knob for the Orioles. I always like 1 of 1s. They make me happy. Ian Happ for the Cubbies, numbered to 270. Still used to him. Still, when I see him, think of him as a rookie. It takes me a little while to get last year's rookies out of my head. Drew Pomeranz for the Red Sox. That one is to 275. Jose Altuve, numbered to 400 for the Astros. And behind that, hey, Derek Jeter with a nice pinstripe, numbered to 175. Not going to sneeze, nothing to sneeze at there. Got a little bit of imperfection I see down here in the lower left. Actually, all 4 of the corners with some minor kind of chipping on that. Probably most of these are going to have some minor wear, but if I notice it as I go along, I do typically point it out. I imagine most of you probably know, though, they seldom come out of the pack perfect. That's why it's so hard to get those 10s in grading. Edgar Martinez, numbered to 130 for the Mariners. The Oakland A's are on the board, numbered to 275 with Dustin Fowler. Severino to 400 for the Yankees. So far, so good, right? Here's a nice Amed Rosario rookie with the gold ink, numbered to 25. Nice hit for our New York Mets. Followed up with a Sean Newcomb for the Atlanta Braves to 275. And he's been doing pretty well, I think. I don't watch the Braves as much as I maybe should, but I believe he's been doing pretty well. Chris Sale to 400. Red Sox with another hit. And And of course, we will recap all of this, right? This is a product full of hits, so there's no base cards to set aside, but we will do another quick little flip through at the end. We won't spend as much time on each card, but we will take another look if somebody jumped in late and missed something. To 110, Gary Sanchez and the Yankees. Oh, that's nice. To 25, with, I never say his name right, Galarraga. I'm just trying to mumble it because I know it's wrong. And that's also for the Atlanta Braves, and that is a nice little hit as well. Here comes Nolan Arenado to 400 with a piece of the bat for the Colorado Rockies. A.J. Pollock for the Diamondbacks to 25. That one is actually a sticker autograph, which you don't see in here a whole lot, but that one, sure enough, is a sticker rather than an on-card for Mr. A.J. Pollock. Greg Bird to 275 for the Yankees. He's the Yankee we pulled all last year that nobody wanted. Ben Zobrist to 335. You've got a little pinstripe on that as well for the Cubbies. Always fond of pinstripes on our relics. Brett Gardner numbered to numbered to nothing. It's a 1 of 1. So, I mean, it is numbered, but it is another 1 of 1 in this case. But that's a sticker auto, too. Like, why would you put a sticker autograph on a 1 of 1 card? That kind of hurts me. But anyway, the Yankees now have a 1 of 1 along with our 1 of 1 for the Baltimore Orioles that came out earlier in the break. Ben Gamel for the Mariners, numbered to 275. Kenley Jansen out for the Dodgers to 335. We've got 3 packs, which is the equivalent of 3 boxes left to go. A redemption, and hey. Sandy Koufax and Hank Aaron. What the what? Yeah, that is nice. Here's the bad part. Unless someone owns both the Dodgers and the Braves, unless the same person owns both those teams, that's going to end up having to go to random, which is going to just break someone's heart. But we'll get to that at the end of the break. But that is quite a nice hit. Quite a nice hit. Carlos Carrasco to 285 for the Indians. A little Mike Trout relic to 400 for the Angels, who at the very least we know aren't going home empty-handed. This has been an excellent case of Tier 1 so far, am I right? Another redemption, Francisco Lindor. That, of course, is going to be for the Indians. I will go to the checklist on these because I always do. So we will, take a buzz through the checklist on that one as well. But I think we all know Francisco Lindor is an Indian. New York Yankees backing up the truck with all their hits. Dellin Betances, numbered to 295. Here's Runed to 335 for the Rangers. And that definitely has a bad corner. Can you see it? Yeah, you can see that down there in that lower right. There's definitely a big-time chipping spot on the back of Runed there. And if you are in Dominion and you're waiting on Dominion and you're one of the folks who have not paid for your team yet, please, please, please take this opportunity to pay for it. We don't want to have to sell it. Another redemption, Chris Sale. So, yeah, we're full of redemptions. Ozzie to 275. Ozzie Guillen for the White Sox. That's a blast from the past. A nice Manny Machado relic to 400 for the Baltimore Orioles. And do I see possibly another 1 of 1? I see a really nice card coming up, and I'm not sure if it's going to be another 1 of 1 or not, but whatever it is, it's going to be nice. Yeah. Okay, it is to 10, but come on. That is one tremendous patch right there. Yeah, that is so nice, numbered to 10. With Drew Pomerantz again, because Red Sox, why pull him once if you can pull him, say, 3 times? But that last one, that's the best. That's the best. That's so nice. Okay, we have redemptions to deal with. Chris Sale, the Francisco Lindor, that one's Tier 1 talent. This is base Tier 1 autograph, and then our dual autograph. We'll do a quick little buzz through the checklist just because that is how I do this sort of thing. So I'm going to bring you along with me. Even though we know the teams for those, we're going to go here and go through the exercise of verifying each of these. So the Tier 1 autograph for Chris Sale, right up there towards the top, of course, is the Red Sox. Now we've got to find our Tier 1 talent autographs. We'll find Francisco Lindor, which again we know is going to be the Indians, except where is he? Why do I not see him? Right. Well, did I look in the wrong category? I thought we said Tier 1 talent autograph, didn't we? Oh, breakout autographs. Guess not. I was looking in the wrong spot. Not prime performers. We're getting there. Here we go. All right, there's Mr. Francisco Lindor, Indians. So then we've got our dual autograph. Once again, Sandy Koufax, which will be the Dodgers. Hank Aaron, which is going to be the Braves. But we're going to scroll down to find it here. And where is this one? Why do I not see this one? T1 DA KA, where are you? Sandy Koufax for the Dodgers. There it is. Yeah, Hank Aaron for the Braves. Okay, so exactly what we thought on each of those. But now we have verified it and it's a done deal. Next I'm gonna take you back to the checklist with me. We're gonna see if we happen to be lucky enough that the same person owns the Dodgers and the Braves. If they do, obviously they're gonna take that card outright. If they do not, then we're going to have to do the unfortunate thing and use random.org to determine between the two. So, our Dodgers, Groovy Y, our Braves, Jack's Business Solutions. So, in fact, we do have 2 different team owners, so that means we are heading to random.org. Here's what's going to happen. I normally enter things left to right or top to bottom. We don't know what this card looks like, but Sandy Koufax is listed first and Hank Aaron is listed second. So that's how they're going to be typed in. So it's going to go in as Dodgers first, the Braves second. I'm going to hit random 3 times. The first 2 times do not count. It is the third and final random that will determine where that redemption goes. So here's the first one, which you can ignore. Second one, ignore it. Third one, right here we go. There's our 3 times, our date and time stamp, and that is awarded to the Braves. So the Atlanta Braves are going home with this beautiful redemption of Sandy Koufax and Hank Aaron. And give me a second here, and I'm just writing down what we've done. That's on a sleeve, so I didn't write on your actual redemption card. And now we're going to recap everything, and then we'll be rolling into Dominion. So once again, our unpaid Dominion teams, if you haven't paid for it yet, this is kind of getting close to your final call. Dual autograph, Sandy Koufax, Hank Aaron, awarded to the Hank Aaron position of the Braves via random.org. Francisco Lindor for the Indians redemption, and a Chris Sale redemption for the Red Sox. The rest of our hits, we're just going to do a quick little turn through. We've already seen the backs of all of these cards. We're just going to do a quick little look here at the front once again for anyone who might have missed it earlier, or you jumped in late, or whatever the case might be. We'll give you another chance to take a look and tally up for your team. And if you did not pull something in this, remember your consolation card or cards will ship out with the rest of the break. Since this is a paid shipping break, you don't have to wait for it to go with your next package on this one. Mark Trumbo, there's our 1-of-1 bat knob. Very, very nice. And then, of course, we had our second 1-of-1 in this case as well. So 2 1-of-1s, not too shabby. Here is our second 1 of 1, speaking of. So a pair of those. All in all, I'm a fan of this case. I would like to have pulled the Ohtani. I saw somebody in chat there a second said, ooh, that last card's going to be Ohtani. I wish it had been, because that would have put this case right over the edge for sure. But nonetheless, I'm still think we had a nice go of it here. And of course, plenty more to come. Got lots of Tier 1 to open up. We'll open some more this week, and then we'll open still more next week. So we've got lots of Tier 1 to keep us busy for a little while. Dominion, of course, coming up next, and then Classics football will be rolling through after we look at Dominion. Dominion's very similar to Tier 1 in the sense that there are not a lot of cards. It is a 6-box case, and it again is 1 pack per box. And is it what, 6 cards per pack maybe? I've forgotten. I haven't opened any myself yet. Obviously, just came out today, but I think that might be correct. All right, guys, let me do one thing here. I'm going to check and see what the status is on our unpaid teams. In the meantime, rather than just have you look at nothing, I'll let you look at that for a hot second while I try to go in here and see what we're still waiting payment for. All right, all right, we're clear. Very good. Thanks, everybody. So Dominion is underway without any delays, and I think we've only got a couple setting out in Classics, and both of those folks I know very well, and they both reached out. Well, I know from the fact that they do breaks with me, and they both reached out to me before they bid and let me know that they would be working and it would come in a little bit later, so we are good to rock and roll. So once again, anticipated shipping date is Saturday. Hopeful that I can get it out to you on Saturday. If for some reason I were to miss that date, then Tuesday would be our next opportunity, simply because there is no mail on Monday for the holiday. So 6 boxes of 2017-18 Dominion basketball. This is a full case break. It is break number 1. It just came out today, along with everything else that we're opening tonight, all released today. And of course, we're breaking it the same night, Wednesday the 23rd. Got our team names on the left, winning bidders there across from it on the right-hand side. Thank you, everybody, for getting your payments in. And again, I'm sorry that it was a little bit shorter turnaround than normal this time. I'm really not quite sure why that was. I think it must be a night where I had done scheduled starts, and sometimes they don't always post right when you tell them to post, and I guess that must be what happened, because I wouldn't have been listing them that late. So I don't know, but that's what I think anyway. So Dominion, okay, it is, from the looks of it, everything I've seen up to this point that's come out of boxes, it's a pretty nice series, which it should be, because it's really expensive. Like, it's a super expensive product. But the hits look like they're going to be worth it from everything I've seen so far. And we should have one rookie. I think there's 1 RPA per box, basically. And there are 3 autographs and 1 memorabilia card total in the box, but 1 of each of those should be a rookie. And let's hope that we have as much fire in this as we just had in our Tier 1, because Tier 1 was a nice break. Oh, yeah, there's also a metal card. I forgot about those. A metal card in each box. This one is numbered to 199, and it is the Raptors and Anunoby. And conveniently, they did put those in a sleeve, thank goodness, so we don't have to worry about them getting all beat up inside the box. Sacramento Kings coming out with De'Aaron Fox, numbered to 199 with your relic and on-card auto. And there's our little RPA. Numbered to 49 for the Bulls, Zach LaVine. A redemption. We're going to set it over there and come back to it. Quad relic. Oh, I like quad relics. We have Kuzma and Donovan Mitchell and De'Aaron and Frank Mason. So we've got a Jazz, a Laker, and 2 Kings. But you know what the deal is? You have to own 51% or more. So whoever owns the Kings, if they also are lucky enough to have the Lakers or the Jazz in this, would own it outright. Or whoever owns the Jazz and the, I guess, well, if you own the Jazz and the Lakers both, yeah, you pretty much got to have the Kings +1 if you're going to take it outright. Otherwise, of course, that will also end up going to random as well. And then our 1 base card per box, and that is Jordan Clarkson, numbered to 75 for the Cavs. So we're going to set him over here along with our redemption. That's our to be dealt with pile. And we'll see how we come out from there. And you know, we've got more new basketball coming out next week. So we're not stopping here with just Dominion this week. Oh no, next Wednesday we have Essentials basketball coming out. Paul Gasol to 75 for the Spurs. Our metal card is Anunoby again, so I hope you like him because you now have a couple of Anunoby metal cards coming your way. And the Kings hit again, Harry Giles to 199, so they got the last RPA, and now they have the RPA out of this box too. So the Kings are cruising right along. We have a dual signature, Malik Monk and Bam Adebayo, both former UK players. That's the connection. One is the Hornets, one is the Heat. And of course, again, that's numbered 4 of 5, so nice low number. Those are sticker autos. You can probably tell that. And that will also be set aside because it may go to random. And hey, we got another dual signature. But this one is numbered to 25, and they come from the same franchise. It's Alvin Adams and Walter Davis, both for the Phoenix Suns. Quad relic here, and we have for the Clippers, DeAndre Jordan. I can hardly read this. Then who is for the Pistons? Andre Drummond. Then we've got Boogie for the Pelicans and Clint Capella for the Rockets. So we've got quite a little pile going over here to deal with at random.org, don't we? So I apologize to the person then with waiting on classics that I told you it would probably be 20 or 25 minutes. It's actually probably going to take us a little bit longer than that because, yeah, we've got some redemptions and some things to deal with using random.org. So if you're waiting on classics from this point, maybe you've got 15 minutes or so, as opposed to what I said earlier. So my estimation a little off tonight. Sorry about that. Russell Westbrook to 75 for the Thunder. Hey, finally, a different metal card. This one, Caleb Swanigan for the Trailblazers, also numbered to 199. And we have Frank Jackson as our RPA, numbered to 199 for the Pelicans. On-card autograph there. The Lakers, Shaquille O'Neal, baby. Little Shaq action. And that is numbered to 25. So nice little hit for the Lakers with Shaq. What do you guys think about Kuzma, man? He made first team and Lonzo on second team. I mean, that's, I guess, kind of expected based on the way they played. But yet, if you had told us at the beginning of the season it was going to turn out that way, I don't think we would have, any of us thought that. Numbered to 25, Avery Bradley for the Pistons. And Bam Adebayo missed it by 1 vote. Missed second team by 1 vote. And so Josh Jackson for the Suns was the last one in on second team. So we have another quad relic, and it is Lauri Markkanen for the Bulls, Lonzo Ball for the Lakers, John Collins for for the Hawks and Kyle Kuzma for the Lakers. So we're in kind of the same position. 2 Lakers, but you have to have 51% or more. So if whoever owns the Lakers also has the Bulls or the Hawks, they're going to take it outright. If they don't, it's going to go to random. They're sneaky with these quad relics in here, aren't they? They're not going to make it easy on us anyway. Our base is Mirotic. I never say it right. That's not a shock to you. That is numbered to 75 for Nola. So finally he's with his new team on his cards. Here is Bam Adebayo for the Heat, numbered to 199 on our metal card. Another redemption. We're going to set it over there. We'll come back to it at the end of the break. And that must be for our rookie jersey autograph. Numbered to 25, LaMarcus Aldridge for the Spurs. Jonas Valanciunas to 49. For the Raptors, you have a relic and an autograph there. And then a Blake Griffin relic, numbered to 49 as well. And the Detroit Pistons with the Blake Griffin relic. I'm still so used to Blake Griffin being a Clipper. It always takes me a minute. I'm like, wait a minute. Not Clippers, not Clippers. And of course, we got lots more Dominion to open too. We're going to be opening this throughout the weekend as well. Mr. Ben Simmons, numbered to 75 for the 76ers. Let's bring our quad relic up first this time. We have Josh Jackson, Frank Mason, Wesley Iwundu, and Wayne Selden on this one. Same scenario. We'll have to look and see if anyone owns 3 of the 4 teams, which is what it will take to have 51%. Tyler Dorsey for the Hawks. Nice little rookie showcase there. Signature relic numbered to 49. Another redemption. Good gracious. And it is, oh boy, it's a nice one. I did take a sneak peek at that redemption, and it's going to be a good one. John Collins, numbered to 15. That is a nice hit for the Hawks. Nice patch on card, auto. And our metal here is Zach Collins for the Blazers, numbered to 10. 6 of 10 on that one. All right, 1 box left, then a whole giant load of things to do in random and with our redemption. So yeah, we're gonna be a few minutes yet. That's the part you can't really ever plan for. You know, how many redemptions are there going to be? How many things are going to have to go to random? That's always the wild card in these sort of things. Rajon Rondo to 75 for the Pelicans. The Knicks, Frank Ntilikina to 199, metal card. Sterling Brown is our rookie jersey autograph, numbered to 49 for the Bucks. Ho-ho, Lakers. Bam. Oh, yes, there it is. 1 of 1. Kyle Kuzma, laundry tag. It's a sticker auto. That's the only downside, but that is just wonderful. I love that. That is pretty awesome. And then we have a main exhibit for the Pistons with Avery Bradley, numbered to 49. And another quad relic. And this looks like half Lakers, half Pacers. Oh, maybe it's not half Lakers, half Pacers. Yeah, it is. Okay, so it is Kuzma and Lonzo alongside Anunoby and TJ Leaf. So that one at least just a 2-team scenario. So we got all kinds of stuff to do. All right, I'm going to put the best redemption on the back. I'm going to show you that one last because it looks to be pretty flipping awesome as well. Okay, rookie jersey autographs. Oh my goodness, that is Kyle Kuzma. So Lakers, you were already cleaning up and we just didn't know it. So Lakers, yeah, nice hit. Kuzma 1 of 1 over there with the laundry tag. Another Kuzma sitting there on a redemption. Then we have an Anunoby main exhibit rookie autographs bronze. We will go to the checklist. That, of course, is the Raptors. But we'll go to the checklist to find out what each of those are numbered to as well. And here's the big kahuna. Rookie quad signatures bronze. De'Aaron Fox, Dennis Smith Jr., Donovan Mitchell, and Lonzo Ball. Wow. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That is nice. All right, so we're going to first buzz over here to our checklist on our good friend Panini's website. I don't guess we need the tops anymore. Let's close that one out and leave us. Make sure I've got you. Yeah, all right. You're with me there. So we're going to first go verify each of these. Then we're going to have to go to random on many of them. And that's going to make somebody really happy and it's going to make somebody else really sad. So that's always why I hate having to do them. Just because it makes somebody sad. So let's first take a look at our rookie quad signatures bronze. That's our one we're going to pull up and find out what it's numbered to first. Did I just go past it? Wait a minute. Rookie quad signatures bronze. Oh, yes, I did. No, because that doesn't say signatures. Okay, here we go. Card number 4. So it's going to be numbered to 10. Ba-boom. And of course, we already knew this, but will be between the Kings and the Mavericks and the Jazz and the Lakers. Next up, we're going to pull up our main exhibit rookie autograph bronze and see what that's numbered to. He autograph bronze for Anunoby. He is card number 30. Raptors to 25. I'm labeling these as I go. That's why you're kind of pausing there for a second. Sorry. And then finally, we'll go into rookie jersey autographs to see what our Kuzma is numbered to. Probably 49, but let's just find out for sure. Rookie jersey autographs. Card number 148, Kyle Kuzma is to, 199. Okay, I don't know why I thought that was going to be lower, but anyway. It doesn't much matter, right? You've already got a one. I mean, it does matter, but you've also already got a 1 of 1 Kuzma, so you're already doing pretty well, Lakers. So that takes care of our redemptions. Now, well, sort of. We still have to do one in random, but let's do this in random first. So this is an easy one. This is the Hornets and the Heat. It's going to be typed in Hornets first, Heat second, because again, the Hornets are on the top of the card. Same format as before when we did this in Tier 1. I will hit random 3 different times. The first 2 times are not going to count. It is only the third and final that's going to count. So Charlotte Hornets right here, Spencer French 8, and then our Miami Heat, Jeffrey Karma 5. So that's who's in it to win it. And let's get our friend Random fired back up and see where this goes. Okay, first one, ignore it. Second one, ignore it. Here comes our third and final. There's our 3 times, our date and time stamp, and that one is going to the Heat. And I'm just going to mark that on the sleeve so that I know the answer to it. And then we're going to have to come back and rinse and repeat a few times. Quad Relic, half Lakers, half Pacers. And in any case, the Lakers are on the top. So it will be typed in as Lakers and then Pacers. Same format, random 3 times. First 2 will not count. Third and final will determine who's going to get the card. That's assuming that the same person doesn't own both teams. All right, so our Indiana Pacers right there with Atlanta Braves fan 3, and our Lakers with everything below retail. So, yep, here we come, random. We're going to give random a workout tonight. Okay, ignore the first one. Ignore the second one. This is the one that counts. 3 times date and time stamp, and that goes to the Pacers. So that is this quad relic here that was numbered, or is numbered to 99, awarded to the Pacers using random. And of course, you guys know I would not write on a card, right? But it is on the sleeve, but still, yeah, I should probably demonstrate that. Suns, Grizzlies, Kings, and Magic. It'll be typed in that way when we go to random, unless, again, someone owns 3 of the 4 teams, and if they do, then they'll take that card outright. The Phoenix Suns, Marty Marr. The Memphis Grizzlies, Marty Marr. Ooh, we're on a roll. Does he have the Kings? Where are my Kings? Nope, that is W Stock 2011. And then the Orlando Magic, Matt J 176. So close, but not quite enough to get it outright. So you guessed it, back at it. Grizzlies, the Kings, and then the Magic. Okay, ignore the first one. Ignore the second one. Here's our third and final. 3 times it comes up with the Magic. So once again, I'm marking that on the sleeve. That's this quad relic here, awarded to the Magic. Next up, Bulls, Hawks, and 2 Lakers. All right, so our Lakers, everything below retail. Our Bulls is Sabbath 51, and the Hawks is Med 24-9. So back over to random we go. So I guess this is kind of good to know just in general. See how some of these teams are matching up. So if I were bidding on this, and you kind of see how some of these are falling, and you have a certain team and you want to make sure you get all those relics, now you at least know kind of what other teams you need to win. And actually the Lakers are in there twice, so they're going to get typed in there twice because they're on that card twice. All right, ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final, and it goes to the Lakers. So Lakers land one of our quad relics anyway, so far. Next up, Pistons, Nola, Clippers, Rockets. Detroit Pistons is Jeffrey Karma. Our New Orleans Pelicans, Matt J 176. Our Clippers, Jay Scheisler. And our Rockets, Thrill 57. All right, let me get us back here. I know this is more randoms than we've had to do in a really long time in one break. This takes a while, doesn't it? And I guess we can probably count on these kind of quad relics in every box, which I somehow didn't realize there was one in every box, but clearly there is. All right, you ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final. 3 times date and time stamp, and it is going to the Houston Rockets. So that is this little baby right here, headed off to the Houston Rockets. Next up, Jazz Kings, Lakers Kings, and it will be typed in that way, unless, again, you know, if you have 3 of the 4, then you're in good shape. Unless someone has 3 of the 4. we will be rinsing and repeating with random. So the Jazz, everything below retail. The Kings, where are you, Kings? W Stock 2011. And then the Lakers is everything below retail. All right, so no one with 3 of the 4. Back over here to random. I have to say, I like this product, though. I mean, I like what we pulled out of here tonight for the most part. And it's, I think it's a good-looking group of cards, and there have been good hits in it, so I like it. What do you guys think about it? Do you like it? All right, so Jazz, Kings, Lakers, Kings. Again, that's the way it would be on the card, or the way it is on the card, so here we go. Ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes our third and final, and that one is also headed to the Lakers. Once again, you can see 3 times our date and time stamp, Lakers on top. Oh, good grief, didn't mean to do that. I accidentally hit the wrong button and got us off in a happy little black screen there, didn't I? Sorry about that. All right, so Lakers taking this quad relic as well. Now, the big kahuna. Yeah, this is the signed quad that will be numbered to 10. So we're just going to use it the way that it is listed on the card. So that would be De'Aaron Fox. So the Kings are going to be typed first, the Mavericks second, the Jazz third, the Lakers fourth, again, unless someone happens to have 3 of the 4. So you know the drill by now. This is the boring part, but yet the necessary part. All right, so our Sacramento Kings, W Stock. Our Dallas Mavericks, DJ Colion, something like that. Probably all completely wrong, but you get the idea. Everything below retail has Donovan Mitchell, and everything below retail has Lonzo Ball. So he has 2 of the 4, but it takes 3 of the 4 to own it outright. So once again, here we go. And this is going to be a seriously nice card when this comes back. So I hope whoever gets this when the redemption comes in, I hope you send us a picture of it, because it's going to be a really cool card. All right, good luck to our 4 teams, the Kings, the Mavericks, the Jazz, and the Lakers. Here we go. Ignore the first one, ignore the second one. Here comes the third and final, and wow, Lakers again. So there's our 3 times, there's our date and time stamp, and the Los Angeles Lakers taking home this beautiful little quad relic there. And I'm just going to mark that we know what that is. And then it's time to recap. Finally, we're done with all the random. Okay, so here we go. Recap City. Yep, quad, relic, autograph. Maybe, or maybe not relics, maybe just autographed. Anyway, it's quad, it's signed, it's to 10, it's cool, and it was awarded to the Lakers by way of random. This quad relic, Lakers by way of random. This quad, Rockets by way of random. Lakers by way of random. Magic by way of random. Pacers, once again, our friend random.org made that decision. And then the Heat from random.org. Now, let's look at the rest of our stuff. Lakers just absolutely cleaned house tonight, and really at a very reasonable price, by the way. Kyle Kuzma, rookie jersey autographs to $199, redemption for the Lakers. For the Raptors to $25, the redemption for Anunoby. Our metal cards, these are all to $199 with the exception of this one. It is numbered to 10. You can tell it's different, yeah, because it has the yellow sort of background. All the others that have the plain background, numbered to $199. We're not going to look at our base cards again because I don't really think we have to do that necessarily. But we do still have a few more hits to take a look at. This is my favorite. You can imagine why. Yeah, because the quad signature is not in our hand. this beautiful little 1-of-1 laundry tag is in our hand. Kyle Kuzma and the Lakers. Awesome. And actually, we're not going to look at the backs of all these again. We looked at the backs of them first time through, so we'll just do a... Oh, and I forgot they had Shaq with the Lakers as well. We'll just do a quick little once-over. Both of these were for the Suns, so finally, something we didn't have to go to random on. And the Kings didn't go home empty-handed because they had the Harry Giles. You've also got a nice little De'Aaron Fox. Actually, they're calling them rookie jersey autographs in this one as opposed to rookie patch autographs. But at any rate, it's the same thing in my book anyway. And I'm a fan of the product. I like it. I hope they keep this one around because I think it's worth the price of admission, so to speak, for our Dominion. Now, thank you, Classics fans, for hanging around. And I am sorry that took longer than I told you it was going to. I did not anticipate that we were going to have all that much stuff to do and random and such. Yeah, it took us a while. But we're finally coming up to your break. So for all of the basketball folks who are taking off, and I forgot to say this after the baseball folks probably took off, but once again, guys, thank you, and gals. I always appreciate you jumping in and bidding and breaking and chatting with me, so thank you once again. So for Classics, same as the other two, I'm hoping that I can get it out to you on Saturday. If it doesn't get out the door on Saturday, it will not go until Tuesday because there is no mail delivery or pickup or anything else on Monday because we have a holiday. This is 10 boxes of 2018 Classics football. That makes a full inner case. This is break number 1. It just came out today. We're opening it today, Wednesday, the 23rd of May. Teams on the left, winning bidders on the right. We're going to be busting into Classics all weekend long and well into next week and maybe even into the week after that. There's a lot of Classics here. Yeah, I know. It is a lot. It's like, why do I have so much Classics? Well, for one thing, we've got the nice little buyback autographs that are 1 per case, so I'm kind of a fan of those. And this is a big case. We usually find some nice veteran stuff in with our rookie stuff, and it's a very affordable way to pull some good hits out of it. So we're going to be opening up a lot of it, and it's going to be fun. They've reconfigured it a little bit this year, so they've added stickers for one thing. So we're going to have some cool little stickers coming out of some of these. It's still 1 autograph and 1 memorabilia card per box. There will be 1 buyback autograph per case. So we have that to look forward to. And then, of course, you know, the normal stuff with the inserts and the stickers and all that kind of stuff. So... Oh, MJM, I just now looked over and saw your question. For sure we had Pelicans, and we had a Magic, too, I believe, right? Awarded using random, but hopefully you saw that a minute ago when I was doing the recap of Dominion. Hopefully you caught that on there and got to see your cards coming out. So tons and tons of base in here. And I am going to rock and roll through most of the base. We'll stop and take a look at inserts and hits and things that look interesting to us. But the stuff that is just purely straight up base, I'm not going to really spend time on unless somebody particularly wants it. So if you do, you better jump into chat and tell me that you do. Otherwise, yeah. We're going to keep on keeping on. Because there will be, what, I think 1,400 cards in this break in total, I believe. We are going to have a few chrome cards in here. They're calling them Optichrome these days. That's their new terminology. There's one of them, Lamar Jackson, of course, who is a Raven these days. And then High Praise, that's just an insert series that we will find kind of throughout. Our rookies, here's what happens with our rookies. if they were drafted anywhere in the 7 rounds over the 3 days of the NFL official draft, they're going to go the team that drafted them, of course. If they were not drafted, but, oh, we got 2 different teams on that, so classic clashes I'm going to have to make a pile of. We'll figure out what to do with them using random later in the break. So anybody that was not drafted initially, but has subsequently signed a deal with a team and is still on that team, like actually signed the deal and they're there in minicamp, OTAs, whatever, then it will go to that team that they are with as of today's date. Now, there's a couple of examples. One guy in particular, he went, I can't think what his name was. He went to somewhere down to Miami or something, but then he never signed a deal with them. He was only there like a week and then he left and no one else has picked him up. He's an undrafted rookie. I had to look this guy up. He's a Dolphin. I don't know why I couldn't remember that, but I couldn't, so I just looked it up. He's a Dolphin. And that Riley Ferguson, that is exactly who it is. Riley Ferguson. That is the guy who I was just talking about, who wasn't drafted originally. He went down and spent like a week or less than a week with somebody, and then he never signed a deal with them, subsequently left them, and then has not re-signed with anyone else. So he's going to have to sit over there in a pile as well. We're going to deal with him as we go along at the end of the night. Tina, yes, for sure. There are blank back cards in this product. The no-name cards, you can spot those obviously from the front because there's no name on the front of them. And if you are interested in looking at the back of 1,400 cards, I will be happy to do that, but we will do it at the very end of the break after we have done everything else there is to do, and then that way the folks who don't want to hang around and wait on that don't have to be held up. And if you do want to wait around and look at the back of all of them, I will have no problem showing them to you. So there's our relic hit, Jordy Nelson and Aaron Rodgers for the Packers. Now, of course, I will find any of the blank backs when I'm sorting, naturally, and they would go into their sleeves and whatnot. But as far as like doing it right now in real time, no, we'll do it all at the end of the break if you want to do that. James Washington, that is my Pittsburgh Steelers. He is numbered to 199. No, Yomi, Riley Ferguson does not. That's exactly what that's exactly what I just explained. Riley Ferguson went to Tampa Bay. He never signed with the Buccaneers. He was down there less than a week, and he left the team. He is currently an undrafted free agent. He is not associated or affiliated with any team in any way at this point in time. That is numbered to 99 in Bradley Chubb. So that means he is an undrafted rookie, which means he's going into a pile over there in case we find any other undrafted rookies, and they will be awarded using random.org. The only way a rookie is going to a team is if either A, they were drafted by that team, or B, they are currently with that team. Because Riley Ferguson is not with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was down there for a few days, did not sign a deal, and left, and to the best of my knowledge, unless it happened in the last 24 hours, has not signed another deal. So that's where we sit with Riley Ferguson. Ed Reed, again, this is just another one of the Optichromes. I believe we're going to find maybe 4, is it like 4 a box, I think we're supposed to be finding on the Optichrome, I believe. And then, of course, I would just ask you, Tina, when we are at the end of the break, when we've looked through all 1,400 of these cards, just jump there into chat right at the end. I mean, you don't have to do it right now, but at the end, jump in there and let me know that you are still there. And then I will pick up all of our piles and we'll look at the backs of them for you. Okay? Salt Hill. Hey, I like classics too. I like the look and feel of them. I like the fact that it's affordable and we can still get some nice stuff out of it. The buyback cards. I mean, I enjoy classics. Hey, one of our stickers. Yay. This one for the Steelers with Super Bowl 33, is it on there? On the little pennant sticker. T.Y. Hilton in the chrome. I'm just going to call it chrome, even though Panini has decided they want to call it Optichrome. Yeah, we all just know it's chrome. That's what we're going to call them. So, of course, we have already found 2 autographs in this box. It's really only supposed to be 1 autograph and 1 memorabilia card per box is what they tell us we're going to have. But we actually have found 2, and we're still on our first box, aren't we? Or are we on our second box? I've already lost my mind. Maybe we are on our second box, but I didn't think so. Maybe, though. Numbered to 99 for the Browns, Josh Gordon. Yeah, I didn't think we had hot boxes in classics. I don't ever remember having them, other than sometimes, you know, the buyback signature, which we know is somewhere in here because those are 1 per case, but I don't know. Could be. And there's a little Super Bowl pennant sticker for the Broncos. I like the stickers. I know, I'm kind of a goober, a geek, whatever you want to call it. Probably no one's used either one of those words in about 100 years, but well, whatever. Classics is kind of a throwback anyway. May as well use a little throwback verbiage. And that, of course, was a chrome Keenan Allen for the Chargers. And Hunter Henry, guys, did you all hear about that? Hunter Henry, just seeing the Chargers reminded me, tore his ACL. He's out for the year. I was super disappointed to hear that. Of course, he was a 2016 rookie. Had an okay year last year, I think. But now I'm going to be out for this entire year. Of course, probably half the players are going to spend half the season in the locker room with this new stupid rule about the lowering of the helmet. I mean, come on. Targeting is one thing, which is what they call in college football. But the whole, any kind of lowering the helmet action at all, well, I mean, everybody lowers their helmet on everything all the time. So it's just going to be a giant parade of people getting suspended, I think. I mean, it's awful. I don't know. I don't see how that rule is going to work out. But anyway. Of course, that coming out of the NFL owners meeting along with the new national anthem policy, which is if you're on the sideline, you have to stand for the anthem, but you don't have to go out onto the sideline. You can stay in the locker room if you choose. So that's the official new anthem deal with the NFL. And then, of course, what's his head? Tepper ended up being approved by the Carolina Panthers, which I guess we all knew that was coming. He's a minority owner of the Steelers already, and now he's the full-on owner of the Panthers. I think I read that his net worth is something like $11 billion with a B, $11 billion. So, yeah, I guess, you know, I guess he can afford to pay the, what did he pay? He paid like $2 billion or something for the Panthers, didn't he? It was like some kind of stupid, I don't know what. Some kind of horrible amount of money. Which I guess, you know, you make it back. I don't know. Oh, right. The kickoff rule. Yeah, I mean, you know what? They come up with just some of the dumbest stuff. I didn't even understand half of what they wrote for the kickoff rule now. I mean, they've reconfigured about how many people can be on which side of the ball and how many feet you can be away from the ball. And Oh my goodness. I mean, I don't even know how anybody's going to keep track of that. It's a hot mess. But they better fix the catch rule. That's the one I care about. Leonard Fournette, 250, a little relic for the Jacksonville Jaguars. Because that was really the worst thing. This whole, is it a catch, is it not a catch thing. I mean, use some common sense, refs. If it looks like a catch to your naked eye and you have to watch a replay like magnified by 1,050 times to decide it's not, then you probably should have just ruled it a catch. Chuck Foreman for the Minnesota Vikings. That is an award winner's autograph. That is on card too for the Vikes. So, they always come up with some weird stuff when they have those owners' meetings. I need to watch whatever animation then that you have watched, Sawtail, because I got so confused about what those changes are. So I need to see whatever animation that you saw that explained it to you, because I still don't half get it. Well, yes, I agree, though, too, Tina. They should not... Obviously, they should be protecting these guys from concussions with everything that we know about it. And of course, a lot of the rules that they make are to aid in that. Not to aid in getting concussions, to aid in not getting concussions. But use some common sense on some of that stuff. You know, I just don't know how much the change in the kickoff rule really... I mean, how many concussions do we really have from the kickoff rule? Like, not that many, I don't think. Numbered to 25, Josh Adams and... Oh, brother. I'm going to have to look up Josh Adams. I have most of these guys written out over here. Oh, he was also undrafted, but he's probably signed with somebody in the meantime. So I will look up on NFL.com and see who he's signed with. Which, by the way, that's how you can tell if someone is signed with a team or not, usually. NFL.com will tell you on some of these guys that were not drafted but have subsequently made a deal. So we'll check out anybody like that. I'm pretty sure he has signed with somebody. Honestly, I'm still learning where a lot of these guys have gone because it's a lot of players to remember every year. To 99 for the Vikings, Carl Eller. And it becomes much, much easier once I have seen them in their NFL uniforms. You can start kind of forming that mental connection. But as long as we're still seeing them in their collegiate uniforms, it's just harder to remember. I don't know how to explain it, but it is. But there's a lot of them. And some of them flip around as well this time of year. They go somewhere and get cut and then go try out somewhere else and so on and so forth. Yeah, right. And use the card to see if it's first down. Was that not crazy? That guy with the index card last year. I mean, that was just the stupidest thing. He got in trouble for that, though, didn't he? I think they disciplined that referee for that dumb thing. They do some... I mean, I know it's got to be a hard job, but good grief. A little Jim Kelly relic for the Buffalo Bills. I guess I really wouldn't want to be a referee because you would have to make some kind of questionable calls, and I'm sure people come and want to bust you up pretty good when you mess it up. That one's numbered to 175 on the Marshall Faulk for the Rams, which leads me to believe that we have one other in here, maybe two others that are going to be numbered. So hold tight for a moment. I have our Optichrome cards set aside. So I'm going to grab the other two that are refractors and see if they are numbered. Yeah, Keenan Allen to 175 was numbered. And that should also mean that Steve Young is going to be numbered to 175. Indeed. And a lot of this other stuff, like the rest of the Chrome cards, I will put them in sleeves when I'm sorting them and before they go out the door to you. I'm just not doing them all live because it takes time, a lot more time than you would really imagine by the time we go through all of this. So I keep them in a separate little stack over here. But so now we know if we see a Chrome that is a refractor, or Panini calls them prisms, it's going to be numbered to 175. And so I'm kind of excited to watch Hard Knocks this year too. And I don't usually watch Hard Knocks, but since it is the Browns, and you know Baker Mayfield is, you don't really want to say he's a dumpster fire because it's not to that degree, but let's just say he has caused some controversy with his on-field actions in college. So he's a enthusiastic guy who plays with a lot of fire in his belly, and you can imagine that there will be some interesting things that will transpire on Hard Knocks. So I'm kind of looking forward to watching it this year. Royce Freeman, numbered to 25. Our man Royce. I like the card design pretty well this year for Classics. I actually think I like it better than last year's card design, if you really want to get right down to it. Davin Bellamy. And I definitely do not know where he went. Numbered to 49. Let's see if I have him on my list or not. I'm guessing I probably don't. No, I don't. So I'm going to have to... He will be looked up as well. So we're going to stack him over here too. And I'll check all that stuff out at the end of the break. So those of you who are interested in that sort of thing, you can hang out and we'll look it all up at the end. And those who have a bedtime, if it's a school night or a work night or whatever, then you'll just be able to see the hits come out, and then you can go catch your Z's and not have to hang around and watch all the rest of that. And of course, what's going to happen with these, because there are tons of them, is, of course, obviously I'm keeping them in a stack over there. But essentially, I will use random to do, I'll say left side of the card, right side of the card. We'll just type that in there. Random will run 3 different times. Wherever it ends on the third one will tell us. So if it ends on the left side of the card, then it will go to whatever team's on the left side in each of those cards, and so on and so forth. I believe this is our buyback, and it's a good one. Howie Long for the Raiders. Definitely I can see some spots, some chipping and some wear and things, particularly above, you know, all on that top edge. But how cool is that? It is numbered 4 of 14. Howie Long buyback autograph. Really cool hit for the Raiders. Very cool. I like it. I love getting the buybacks in here. It's one of my favorite things about Classics. And it's also one of the reasons I open these by the full case instead of the half case or something like. A lot of guys open them by the half case because it is a tremendous amount of cards to open in one sitting, and also to sort and to ship. Because I ship all of them, even the base. I'm not holding any of these back. So if you see it go through here, it's gonna, and you have the team, it's gonna show up at your house. including the base. So it's a lot. Tina, I've been on eBay breaking for, I don't know, a year or two, a couple years maybe on eBay. Something like that. I've been on eBay for 20 years, but breaking on eBay, just a couple. But I'm a card collector. I collect lots of things. My whole family, we all collect. Was kind of raised by collectors. But I collected cards even when I was very young, and I got out of it for several years when I was in college and high school and college and whatnot, and then came around back around to the fold, and a lot had changed in the interim. Jared Goff and Cooper Kupp for the Rams, and of course instantly fell in love with breaking because hello, how much fun is it? I love it. I love to break, and I love to buy into other people's breaks and collect cards for myself. So I really enjoy kind of everything about it. So it's been a couple years now that I've been doing it on eBay. Oh, you break on other sites too? Yeah, there's lots of places that do it. I mean, I don't really prefer the main place where people do it, Breakers TV. I just don't, I don't know. I don't prefer it. I hate paying the fees that I pay to eBay because they're quite substantial. And I hate that there are certain people that don't pay for their bids, and then there's a whole subset of people that will file cases if they don't get hits. I mean, there's definitely drawbacks to eBay, for sure. But I just somehow, I don't know, I don't love the platform at Breakers, and I know many people do sell over there and deal with it that way, but I don't know. I guess I'm just a creature of habit, if you will, and I've been on eBay in many capacities for a long time. Case Keenum, this is to 99 for the Vikings. Oh, Salthill, you like getting the base. All right. I actually, you know, I found there's a fair amount of people that do like getting the base. They like the set building and things that go with it. It for sure is a more challenging endeavor when there's this many cards in a break and you've got to sort and ship them all. But that's just the way I've always done it. And it's very, very rare for me to not ship the base. And if there's ever an instance where I don't, of course I state it in the listing description, but I mean 99.5% of the time, I'm going to ship you the base. And that's the reason, too, why sometimes it takes me a little longer to get my stuff out. You know, all these people that are like, oh, they're shipping it the next day and stuff. Well, all right, you're not sorting 1,400 cards. You're sorting, you know, just the 3 hits per box. Numbered to 65. That is Kurt Benkert. And where did old Kurt get drafted? I know he's on my list. Where'd you go, Kurt Benkert? He was maybe originally undrafted, but he's gone somewhere since. Falcons, yeah. Originally undrafted, later signed with the Falcons, and I somehow put him in his sleeve upside down, so that's bugging me, and I'm going to fix it. Now I feel better. Salthill, you're asking me which I collect for myself. Well, in football, I am primarily a Steelers fan. Deontay Burnett, numbered to 10. So that is a nice low number. He was also originally undrafted, subsequently signed with the Titans on Deontay Burnett. So he should be a Titan. So I say primarily a Steelers fan because I also follow any of our UK players. I graduated from UK, and any of our UK players who play in the NFL, I like to keep up with them and I want them to do well. So whatever teams they're on, I also have a little rooting interest in. Ronnie Harrison to 99. So this is another box with multiple autographs in it. I like that plan. He is a Jaguar, I believe. And of course, I do verify all of our rookies before they're shipped out. So if I say I believe somebody is such and such, and in fact he is not such and such, I will know that before it goes out the door, of course. And I left this little Oilers sticker sitting there for a reason. That's because Houston Oilers, that franchise, became the Tennessee Oilers, became the Tennessee Titans. And you see there on the back, it even says Titans. How handy. Most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time it'll just show the Oilers. And there are some people who think that the Houston Oilers are the same as the Houston Texans, but they aren't. And cards will always stay with their franchise. So if a franchise has been renamed or relocated, the card follows along with it. That is to 299, Sam Darnold. So yeah, so that one helped me out. It has the Titans on the back, so now I don't really have to go through that entire spiel, but yet I had already started on it, so there you go. But all that info is at the bottom of every one of my listing descriptions. There is a little area down there called Special Circumstances, and it talks about all kinds of fun things, including relocated and renamed franchises. So if you haven't ever taken a little scroll down there to check that out, you might want to do that. There's a lot of info in there about how things are awarded via random and all that jazz. And also at the very, very bottom, even below the special circumstances part, there's always a product description, usually a cut and paste right from the manufacturer. So if you ever want to know, for instance, how many packs are in a box, or how many boxes are in a case, or what kind of hits are in there, that sort of thing, you're usually going to find it down there at the bottom. Oh, but I didn't finish answering your question, did I, Sawtail? So, yeah, so Steelers primarily for football for me, although I do like some other teams that have my guys on them. And you say you're a Packers fan, and I, of course, have Randall Cobb on the Packers, so I like the Packers, too, a little bit for that reason. Numbered to 299, there is Billy Price. I think Billy Price is a Bengal. I think he was drafted by the Bengals, but definitely that's one I would have to double check to tell you for sure, but I think he's a Bengal. LaDainian Tomlinson to 99, Chargers. And then in basketball, I'm all over the map in basketball. And you can imagine kind of why, right? Yep, you got it. I follow my UK guys, and they are everywhere. We're on so many different teams that I kind of have to root for like a zillion people in basketball. I like a lot of different teams in basketball. Now look at that. That went in upside down too. I think it's just because the back is printed in the opposite direction of the front. Bo Scarborough to 99, Dallas Cowboys, I believe. And then, of course, in baseball, Cincinnati Reds. Which it is hard to be a Reds fan. So you can give me grief about it if you want to. There cannot be, it can't be anything I haven't heard before. My Reds been terrible for a long time. It's been a long time. Oh, it was Tina that said you were a Packers fan. I read that a minute ago and thought it was Sawtail. Sorry, it's Tina. Yeah, Tina, I like Randall Cobb, so I like your Packers for that reason. And you have an Aaron Rodgers rookie autograph out of Contenders. Oh, sweet. That is worth some dinero, Tina. That is nice. Nice, nice. Bradley Chubb, numbered 210. Bradley Chubb is a Bronco. There's Bradley and there's Nick. Bradley is the defensive player. Nick is the offensive player. And Bradley is a Bronco. Nick is what? Nick's a Bengal, maybe. Julio Jones and Matt Ryan for the Falcons. That were a little dual combo relic. Oh, you're going for the rookies in this break. Yeah, for sure. I'd say most of our early products, that's going to be the appeal for the majority of people. They're interested more in the rookies than the veteran stuff, and really any of the early products probably. Oh, you're a Cubs fan. I know, I'm a little bit late in reading some of the chat, and that's because obviously I'm multitasking here, guys. I'm breaking the cards too, so sometimes it takes me a minute to look over there and see it. But yeah, I don't mind the Cubs. I like Chris Bryant and some of your players there, and goodness knows I have to root for somebody besides just the Reds, because whew, yeah, we stink up the joint these days. LaDainian again to 299. But yeah, I can't really jump off the wagon for my Reds. So even though we've been very dreadful for a very long time, you know, I've been a Reds fan since I was a kid. That again, a family thing. Isaiah Crowell to 299 for the Browns. So I'd say I had, when I was younger, oh my gosh, I don't even know how many cards. So many, mostly baseball. I mean, thousands of them. And then, as I said, when I got in college and high school, I said that opposite, high school and college, I kind of lost interest in it for a while. And I guess I was in college, I sold them all. And if I had not, oh yeah, it would be worth some money. I had a lot of nice stuff. I kept a few things, like a Johnny Bench rookie, because Johnny Bench is one of my favorite players. Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron are my two favorite players of all time. And so, I mean, I kept a handful of things, but not a lot. Kerryon Johnson, and that is a refractor or prism, if you will, numbered to 175. I believe that Kerryon Johnson is a Lion. I am not 100% certain of that, but I think he's a Lion. Oh, you have a AAA ball club in your city for the Cubs. That's nice. I've got single A here, the Legends, but they're not really all that exciting. Used to be, because we used to be affiliated with the Astros. So Jose Altuve actually came through here. But now we're affiliated with, I think, the Royals these last few years. But it's just single A, so it's not as interesting to me. Oh, Chris Bryant played there for over a year. That is cool. See, that's the fun part of AAA, because you get all the guys right before they're headed up to the show. I would probably be more into it if it were AAA, but single A is just hard. I don't know. I have a hard time with single A. Yeah, I like college football too. I'm with you on that. I like college basketball a lot too. Numbered to 5. That's a really low number, Kirk Cousins. 4 of 5 for the Redskins, though. And, hey, there's your no name, Tina, that we're looking for right there. On Kirk Cousins Optichrome 2/5. Actually, I probably watch more college basketball than I watch pro basketball. Football-wise, It's probably about even. How much college versus what I watch pro. Maybe a little more pro than college football, but definitely more college than pro basketball. I love college basketball. The NCAA tournament's like my favorite time of year. Tina, which are you talking about? You said look on eBay for something, but I'm not sure what you're talking about. I did see, though, a minute ago that you said you only paid $100 for your Aaron Rodgers back in 2005. That was a sweet little investment there, by the way. Combos, Matt Stafford and Golden Tate for the Lions. Little OBJ Chrome. Dante Pettis. Dante is numbered to 99. And, oh, Dante Pettis, who are you, buddy? 49ers is what I believe I have written down over there. I need to put my list in, it's kind of in a pseudo-alphabetical order at the moment. I need to put it in an alphabetical order. That might help things out a little. For the Buffalo Bills, Charles Clay to 50. There's a blank back. So yay. Wonder if all the blank backs are numbered. That would be good to know, because if they were, then of course we're not going to know till we look through all of these. But when we get done at the end of the break and we look at the backs of all these, if none of the others are blank backs besides the one that's numbered, that would be good to know. Then we would know that we wouldn't have to look at all the backs of them again. But no way to know till we get there. Oh, yeah, Panini has the checklist for sure. They have the checklist on there for all the way back to every product back to 2009, I think. I use it quite frequently. This is to 99, a high praise insert for the Chargers. And apparently, all the Chargers inserts are just going to be LaDainian Tomlinson, because that's about the 400th one we've pulled out. There's Fred Taylor to 299. Jason Taylor. Sorry. Why did I say Fred Taylor? Yeah, that would be Jason Taylor in the Dolphins, not Fred Taylor in the Jags. Apparently I had some kind of a little brain hiccup there of some sort. DJ Moore to 25, and DJ Moore is a Panther, Carolina Panther. Oh, Saltil, the no name was the Kirk Cousins that is the Chrome numbered to 5. It was number 4 or 5. He's with the Redskins on that card, and it was the no name on the front. The blank back was numbered to 50, and we'll see it again when we recap, and I cannot remember who it was off the top of my head. It was right before Jason Taylor, but it was the one that was numbered to 50. Oh, you've got Spectrum too, Saltil. Oh, I don't like Spectrum. I have them too, and I don't like them. John Elway and Terrell Davis relics for the Broncos. Last year, what was it? Like about November, I think it was. And I had been on vacation. I had been gone. I had just gotten back from, I don't know, what was I gone? Like 5 days maybe. So I already had several days where I hadn't done a break, and I had a lot of stuff that I needed to break, and stuff had released and whatever. So I come back, I get like maybe one night of breaks in, and my stupid internet connection starts going down. Not the download part. I could download fine, and the download speed was fine. But the upload, which is of course what you need to live stream and also what you have to upload a recorded break or anything, was like nothing. It was non-existent. Jack Lambert to 10 for my Pittsburgh Steelers. And they could not get it fixed. And they had to keep coming out here, and they couldn't get it fixed. They're trying to tell me it's in my head. I'm like, it is not in my head. You can run a test. You can see that the download is fine. The upload is non-existent. Numbered to 299, Christopher Herndon, rookie. So, yeah. Then they got real nasty with me because I would keep calling because I'm like, you have to get this fixed. I do this every night and I can't not do this. I can't do it. If my internet doesn't work, you've got to fix it. So then they get really nasty with me and said if I kept calling them, they were going to start charging me for trips out. I'm like, well, I am going to keep calling you until you fix it, and you just try to charge me for it. Anyway, it turned into a whole big thing. Took them, they came out, laid new lines, said that would fix it, that didn't fix it. Came out, did something else, said that would fix it, that didn't fix it. Took them about a week. And ultimately what they did was had to bring in a whole other crew, a crew of people from an entirely other state to come in and track down the problem and fix it. And, oh, I was so mad, though. They were so nasty about it all. And I pay them for the highest speed internet that they have. So I pay them quite a nice little sum of money for the internet. Not to mention all the other things you pay them for. And then they couldn't even get it to work. So I hate Spectrum. Canton Collection swatches for the Redskins with John Riggins. But we're about to have some kind of competition. And I forgot what the name of it's called. But it's some new service that's building out, but they just haven't reached my area yet. To 299, that's Jarvis Landry for the Dolphins. But when they do reach my area, yeah, I'll be getting rid of Spectrum. I don't like them. Yeah, we haven't seen any of the full name variations in the Chrome yet tonight. Those actually, as a whole, don't come out super often. I mean, the full name in general, at least if it's like it was last year. We had a few full names, but not an abundance of them. Numbered to 99, Dion Kane. Should be the Colts, I think. This is numbered to 10. And, oh boy, that's the guy I can't pronounce either one of his names. So I just kind of look at him and say, yeah, there he is. There he is to 10. Because I'm really bad with pronouncing names incorrectly. Even when I know what they are, or I've heard them before, I do not know that guy's name. So we're not doing too bad time-wise tonight. It's not too bad. Marshawn Lattimore, we saw that sticker earlier too, I think. So if you've got the Saints, you've got one that you can keep and one that you can stick on something. I know probably the idea is to keep them on the card, blah, blah, blah. I know we're all supposed to keep them nice and pretty, but if I get some classics, which I hope to buy into somebody else's break on classics somewhere along the way for my Steelers, I'll tell you right now, if I pull any Steelers stickers, I'm going to peel those bad boys right off that card and use them. Yes, I am. Numbered to 50 for the Raiders, Marshawn Lynch, another blank back. So maybe all of our blank backs are going to be numbered, which would be super awesome. Because then we would just know that that's how we can find them. But we're not going to know till we look at the backs of all of these. Arden Key to 99. Arden Key, Raider maybe, possibly. Let me see. Where are you, Arden? Yeah, Raider. Oh, did I look at the... There's his... Yeah, we saw him from the back up to begin with. At the start. I have to think about that a minute. And of course, if you like classics, yeah, we got a lot more of this to break. We're going to be busting through it for a while, but especially over this holiday weekend. Just about every night. I think maybe 1 or 2 nights I'm not doing it, but most nights I am. James Washington. Yeah, my Pittsburgh Steelers. Refractor to 175. And of course now Big Ben is playing nice with Mason Rudolph, which we all knew that he would once they got there, but hopefully that's gonna die down now, all that business of Ben and Mason going back and forth. Well, really, I think it started with Mason. Got drafted saying that whole thing about it's not Ben's job to teach me anything, blah, blah, blah. Which I'm sure he did not mean in a bad way, but yet I could see how it would be interpreted in maybe a not great way. So then, of course, stupid Ben comes back and does the radio interview like, well, if he asks me for help, then maybe I'll just point to the playbook, ha, ha, ha. You know, like, okay, that really wasn't the best way for you to respond either, Ben. And then from there, of course, it was off to the races. Yeah, Raiders have pulled. Of course, the Raiders had that nice buyback card earlier. So that was pretty cool for them. And then just had the blank back and then just had the Arden Key. So it probably does seem like they've got a lot. Well, there's a full name for you with David Jerome Johnson and the Cardinals. And it is a pretty little 1 of 1. So how about that? And Cardinals bought in tonight super inexpensively. I was really surprised because, by the way, Josh Rosen burning it up by all accounts, absolutely tearing it up. So the Cardinals just picked themselves up a very nice 1 of 1 full name for David Johnson. So did we pull 1 of 1s out of everything tonight? Yeah, we did. We did. We've had 2 1 of 1s in Tier 1. And then we had the 1 of 1 laundry tag for Kyle Kuzma out of our Dominion break. And now the 1 of 1 for the Cardinals out of Classics. So, not a bad night. Not a bad night at all. Seems like it goes like that sometimes. I've definitely had other nights where every product we've opened has had a 1 of 1 in it. So I like it when that happens. It makes me happy. That Nick Foles sticker probably made somebody happy. If you've got the Eagles tonight. But I think this is a fun little product. I don't know. Some people kind of don't like it as much because it's not super high end, but I like it. To 299, Michael Gallup. I think it's well worth the money. Yeah, you're right. Tier 1 does often have one-of-one hits because there aren't, of course, it's nothing but hits in the product. There's no base. And usually the hits are pretty good. And there are a lot of one-of-ones in there. But it's not every day that you pull one-of-ones out of classics. And Dominion, I don't know. It's too new to tell. I mean, obviously, we had the one tonight, but until I open a few more cases, I don't know if that's going to be a typical thing with them or not. Andy Dalton, numbered to 25. We just pulled a nice little Andy Dalton on-card silhouette auto out of 2011 Prime Signatures over the weekend. Or, I'm sorry, 2011 Crown Royal over the weekend. I'm so used to opening 11 Prime. I said the wrong thing. To 299, Alvin Kamara and the Saints. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It is a similar kind of situation to Heritage. The card stock is different. The Heritage card stock feels exactly like the card stock that they had in the 70s. This is different than that, but it's still a throwback kind of deal. 49ers with a nice Carlos Hyde signature numbered to 65. So we have an active veteran player signature coming out to go along with our mini rookies and our buyback. Oh, you don't like tops because of you think the autographs are too high numbered? Definitely in some products they are more so than others. I tell you what you should look at then. Luminaries. That is, I think, isn't everything in Luminaries 15 or less? It's super high end, and it just came out last year. I don't remember, a couple cases of it last year. It is back this year. But it is Hall of Famers and superstar type players, all very low numbered. 5-star is another one that is low numbered. What else? Diamond icons. There's some more. I mean, there's definitely some Topps products that are specifically geared to being very low numbered, but they're all very high end. There's a Howie Long relic to go along with your Howie Long buyback autograph card, Raiders. So yeah, you just have to kind of look for it in the Topps, know what you're looking for and check it out. But Luminaries is definitely one you would like, and I think you would like 5 stars. And I mean, there's a handful of them that you would enjoy. For the Bengals, AJ Green to 50, and there's another blank back. So I'm beginning to think, guys, that our blank backs are all going to be numbered to 50, because all 3 that we've pulled so far that we know of have been numbered to 50. So I suspect that there aren't going to be blank backs that are unnumbered. But at the moment, that's just a theory, but I believe that's going to be the case. To 99, Maurice Jones-Drew for the Jags. But of course, you know, Panini, what have we opened in Panini so far? We opened Donruss, we've opened Diamond Kings. Those are the only 2 they've had out so far for baseball. But we still have coming up with them. Panini will have Optic Baseball and Immaculate Baseball, National Treasures Baseball. It seems like I'm forgetting one. There might be another Panini Baseball that I'm forgetting at the moment, but those are the main ones. Yeah, the Raiders have definitely pulled some cool stuff tonight. But it's also, of course, you know, the eye of the beholder and all that. So if whoever has the Raiders only wanted the rookies, they might not be... I mean, they've still gotten they got Arden Key and whatever, so they've still gotten some rookies, but they might not care about their Howie Long, or vice versa. Maybe they like the Howie Long and they don't care about the Arden Key. You never know. Some people are very specific about only collecting the rookies. There are other people that are much more interested in the veterans and the Hall of Famers, and everybody's kind of got their own groove, I have found. Okay, so there we know then. Good. So then maybe we don't need to necessarily look through all 1,400 cards then. If we know that the blank backs are all going to be numbered, then that should help us out. To 299, John Kelly. And you're saying they are numbered to 50 in paper, and the blank back chrome are numbered to 35. Yeah, obviously anything that's a hit, I always show the back of it anyway. And that is because there have been times in the past where when you look on the back, you find something crazy. Like someone has signed them and stacked them on top of one another when the ink is still wet. So you find ink on the back, or some kind of damage or something that you don't notice from the front. So anytime it's a numbered card or a hit, I always show the front and the back at the time that we pull it anyway. But it is good to know that, in fact, all of our blank backs are going to be numbered, which means we will have flipped them as we go. Troy Aikman and the Cowboys relic. Well, absolutely. If you are reselling them, if you're not buying it to keep for yourself, then for sure the rookies are typically going to bring the most money. Unless you're pulling, if you pull Tom Brady or something like that, that can be a different matter. There is Aaron Rodgers to 175 for the Packers on the chrome refractor. But yeah, so of course a lot of people are buying in to resell and to flip and that sort of thing. It's like, hey, the guy who pulled that Ohtani from me the other day, I mean, he's going to get right about 6 figures. And, well, maybe more than now that it's come back graded 9.5. So, yeah. You pull the right player, you can make some money for sure. That's by far the highest value card that I have pulled. And honestly, at the time we pulled it, we weren't even sure it was, I mean, we knew it was a good card, but I, at that point, hadn't really squared up with the fact that it might be the only Japanese signature. So once we started figuring that out, well, that became a whole other matter. Numbered 249, Tremaine Edmonds. Of course, there are 2 of the Edmonds brothers in the draft. Tremaine is a Bill. Terrell is a Steeler. Keenan Allen, numbered to 99 for the Chargers. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I was talking about that earlier in the break. You guys probably weren't on there yet at that point. Yes, there is an Ohtani out of chrome, the blue parallel, which is numbered to 150, but this one happened to be the one with his signature in Japanese, which is called the kanji version. And it is the one that was shown in all the marketing materials, the exact card, number 22 of 150 in the blue chrome parallel out of Bowman. And so when I pulled it, we were originally thinking, maybe 20, 25,000. The guy was online watching live. We pulled it really early in the break too, so I couldn't freak out over it or whatever because I still had most of the jumbo half case to open. So, but he was looking it up and he's like, I can't find any other Japanese signatures. I don't know if there are any more. And so then we started thinking, maybe this is worth a little more, but still didn't really know. Then did some research corresponding back and forth with him, we were starting to figure out that it was a pretty special card. And so I overnighted it to him and waited for him to get it in his hands before I publicized it. Obviously, people who were watching the break knew it and that sort of thing, but I didn't do anything else with it till he had it in his hands. Then I tweeted out a picture of it, sent it over to Topps and to Bowman and to, I don't remember, maybe one other place, basically just trying to find out if it was in fact the only Japanese signature in there. Because obviously the blue chrome are numbered to 150, but all the others are signed with the American version of his signature. So they never answered me, but some other people picked up on it and started getting retweeted, and then it got back to Beckett. So the guy at Beckett that writes over there, Ryan Cracknell, Ryan then DM'd me and wanted to talk to me about the card. So of course I did, and he got in touch with Topps, and they still wouldn't tell him even if it was the only one in there signed in Japanese. They just said that it was a very, very small number. So we're like, okay, it could be numbered to 1, it could be numbered to 10, you know, we don't know how many there are. But I strongly suspect that it is the only one that is signed in Japanese. So, of course, then it starts blowing up. So then everybody's contacting me, wanting me to put them in touch with the owner, you know, the guy who had the team in the break. And so originally I was passing it all along, and then we started realizing, okay, some of these people are offering like $5,000 and $7,000, and then there are other people offering $60,000 and $70,000. So I started doing a little vetting at that point, and then just started passing along the offers that were substantial, that I knew would be competitive. But that was for the raw card, and he was still kind of thinking he was going to send it off and get it graded, but he hadn't done it yet. So then I got a message from him today that they have told him it graded out at 9.5, which is exactly what he and I both said. We thought it would probably end up being 9.5, and it did grade out at 9.5. And so he's going to send me pictures of it, and then I'll probably send it back over to Ryan and some of those guys and try again to see if Topps would be nice enough to let us know. But anyway, so yeah, so technically it is numbered to 150. However, we think it is the only one signed in Japanese. So even though it's technically numbered to 150, it's really more of a one-of-one kind of deal. So that's why it's commanding the attention that it is in terms of people interested in buying it. And now that it's graded out so highly, it may even sell for more. But I think it's probably the second most desirable card in the set behind the Superfractor. And as far as I know, unless it's happened in the last couple days, the Superfractor hasn't been pulled yet. This numbered card I accidentally passed a second ago. It's Charlie Taylor. I caught the edge of the number shining as I was putting it aside over there. Eric Dickerson. Hey, that's nice. We've got a chrome signature for the Rams. Eric Dickerson to 10. So that's a pretty sweet little hit. Yeah, that's, as you say, definitely a needle in a haystack. I mean, that's like a once-in-a-lifetime kind of pull. Definitely the guy who got it, he's like, oh, this is definitely once-in-a-lifetime for him. It probably will be for me, too. It's a pretty special card. That is numbered to 25, and it's Howie Long again. So the Raiders are loading up on Howie Long. Yeah, Salt Hill, exactly. That's exactly what I'm saying. If it is, in fact, the only kanji auto, it for sure is second to only the Superfractor. Numbered to 99, Arden Key again, speaking of the Raiders. So there is a high level of interest in it. Yeah, I was really pleased that it hit 9.5 as well. I mean, I felt like, based on what it looked like in my hands, I thought it, you know, I didn't really see anything that I thought would take it to a 9. But they, of course, grade with a much closer eye than I look at something. So I thought, worst case scenario, it's a 9. Absolute best case scenario, it's a 10. So I just kind of obviously landed in the middle and said, I really think it'll probably end up a 9.5. And I didn't really say that at the time, Deshaun Watson and the Texans. But when I was conversing with him back and forth, I said, that's kind of what I'm feeling. But let me know what you think when you get it in your hands. So he got it and examined it. And he's, yeah, I think it's definitely going to be a 9.5. And sure enough, Ben Kurt to $2.99. That's where we ended up. So, oh, if it had graded a 10, my goodness. I mean, he could have just retired if the thing had graded a 10. But even so, pretty nice hit for the guy. Warren Sapp to 175 with our chrome for the Buccaneers. But it has definitely been pretty crazy. I can't remember exactly what date the break was. It was I don't know, maybe not this past Friday, maybe the Friday before that, but somewhere in my videos, I put it in the title, I think, of the uploaded version anyway, but yeah, I don't know if he's going to sell it privately or not. As I said, he's working with a couple of guys that have made him very strong offers. One in particular, he's definitely considering selling it to them outright, but also, since it's come back graded as well as it has, also considering doing something else with it. So I'm not really sure exactly which direction he's going to go, but yeah, it was pretty crazy. It was one of the first hits, if not the first hit, that we pulled out of that box. And I really didn't even, like, obviously I knew it was Ohtani and whatever, but it didn't entirely register with me that, like, I saw that it was the Japanese signature, but it, as I say, it didn't occur to me right away that it might be the only one. It really didn't even occur to me during the break. We started thinking along those lines part of the way through, but didn't entirely know. And also, I was trying not to just flip out and go nuts over it because I had a whole bunch of cards left open. So there was that. All right, we have got a big honkin' pile of stuff to do here. So bear with me for a hot second. And I cannot, I will not be able to see chat here for a minute because I've got to use the iPad to look some of this up, which is how I do, how I read chat. So give me a hot second. I'm looking up Davin Bellamy right now to see if I can make any determination about where he might be. Texans, okay, so he was undrafted originally, currently with the Texans. So that answers that. That brings us next to Josh Adams, who I believe was a similar situation, but we're going to look that up too. Josh Adams, hang on, I'm typing. Josh Adams is the Eagles. So maybe he was drafted. I don't know if he was drafted or not. But anyway, he's an Eagle. So there's 2 down. And then here's our friend Riley Ferguson. And I just looked up Riley Ferguson yesterday. So I don't really think this has changed. But I'll double check it. The deal with Riley Ferguson, he was undrafted. He did go down to, I said Miami earlier, but I think it actually was Tampa Bay. So he went down to Tampa Bay, but he never actually signed down there. He went down there, he stayed for like a week, but never signed, left, and is with nobody right now, as far as I know. So let me pull him up here on NFL.com and see if anything has changed. No, it doesn't look like it. So he is undrafted. So we're going to use random.org to award this. So here's the other part that's going to go with this. If there are other undrafted rookies, which may be over here in these base cards, they will also go along with our friend Riley here. So basically, undrafted rookie cards, including this hit, are all going to be awarded using random. That's what we're going to do right now. So hold tight there for a minute, kids. I'm going to bring you along with me while we do this. And basically, it's pretty simple. I'm just copying each team from our spreadsheet. We're going to buzz over here back to random that we've used quite a lot tonight. And I'll scroll up and down so that you can see that all 32 of our teams were pasted in there. I'm going to hit random just a single time. Whatever team comes up on the top, which is the Jets. So the Jets are getting Riley Ferguson here, as well as, whoops, I hit the table, sorry, as well as any undrafted rookies that I may find in our base cards. Okay, so Jets are definitely getting undrafted Riley, along with any other undrafted rookies that surface out of the base or numbered or whatever's over there. If they're undrafted, they're going to go to the Jets along with Riley. All right, we already did these two, so they're done. Now we have this. There's a giant stack of cards here. And they have two different teams on them. I'm going to type in left side of the card, right side of the card. And we're going to let random tell us which side of the card is going to be sent out. And I'll explain that better in a minute. I know that didn't make sense. but it will. Just stick with me for a minute. It's going to make sense. So left and then right. And this time we'll hit random 3 different times because, you know, not very many items in there. So first one, ignore it. Second one, ignore it. Third and final, here we go. Comes up to the right-hand side of the card. Let me put one of these in a sleeve so that I can write on it. And then I'll show you what I mean. So basically, this one will go to the Dolphins, this one to the Broncos, the Saints, the 49ers, the Cowboys, so on and so forth. So it's going to be, on every one of these cards, it will be the team that is on the right-hand side is how that card is going to be sorted and sent. Because there is pretty much no way that we're going to sit and do each one of these individually. So that's how that's going to work. All right. So that's all of those. Now, let's look at our numbered cards. These are numbered too, aren't they? Yeah, I think so. So our refractors are to 175. Our chrome refractors, I should say, except for Kurt Benkert here. And Kurt Benkert is numbered differently. He is, I think that said the 65. And where did I say he played? Undrafted originally, now with the Falcons is Kurt. Okay. So there we go, 175. This little fella is different. That is our no name on the front and numbered to 5 in the chrome for Kirk Cousins as a Redskin. Redskin. Back to the... There's our full name. So full name chrome for the Cardinals. That is our pretty little 1 of 1. So a couple of nice chrome hits out of here tonight, to say the least. And then all the rest of these numbered as you see down the side. We're not going to go through and call out all the numbers again. How did you get over there? You're in the wrong spot, buddy. Probably when I was moving them around a minute ago, I stacked them in the wrong spot. But hey, that's why we look through all of the stacks. So then we know. And of course, once again, any of these that we saw numbered to 50, which there were a few, all have blank backs. So all of the paper numbered to 50 had a blank back. Our relics. A lot of combo relics in here tonight, and they're always identical. Like it could have just come from the same jersey the way they look. They did not make much effort to change that around too much. All right, let me get Balaj. Who did I say he was a second ago? Dolphins. Okay, so Balaj is a Dolphin. Tremaine Edmonds is a Bill. It is Terrell Edmonds that is with the Steelers. Tremaine went to the Bills. Eric Dickerson is numbered to 10. Carlos Hyde is numbered to 65. Arden Key, who is a Raider, numbered to, what does that say, 99. And then DJ Moore, numbered to 25. DJ Moore is a Panther. Bo Scarborough to 99. Bo is a Cowboy. Ronnie Harrison. Whoops, Ronnie was numbered to 99, and I gotta look Ronnie up. Ronnie, where are you? Ronnie Harrison is a Jaguar. Deontay Burnett is numbered to 10. And Deontay was originally undrafted, then went to the Titans. Howie Long, numbered to 14. That is our buyback card out of this case for the Raiders. And note, it did have some imperfections and chipping and things, particularly along that top edge. Chuck Foreman, on card, award winners autographs for the Vikings. And then finally, James Washington for my Pittsburgh Steelers, numbered to 199. So that is our recap. Now, Tina, do you still want to go through and look at the backs of all of these? I know Saul Till said that they were coming up as all being numbered, so I feel like we've probably caught them all. However, as I said before, if you would like to look through the backs of each of the ones that are over here, I will pick them up and we will rock right through them. So can you jump in there and let me know how you're feeling about that, Tina? Oh, Saul Till, thank you. I always appreciate anybody who comes by and keeps me company and bids and breaks and chats with me. I appreciate all you guys, so thank you. Yeah, they're not sorted into teams, Tina, so we'll literally have to just flip through every one of them. So it's going to go just like this, basically. We're going to just pick them up. I'll pick them up by stacks and sort them like that. And if we see a blank back, we'll grab it out. I feel like we're probably not going to, based on the fact that we now know they're numbered. And I feel like I got all of the numbered ones as we went through. But as promised, I will sort through them. And if we see anything, we'll grab it. Yeah, the redbacks, I think we caught those for the most part. Well, maybe not all of them. There's one. But most of those, again, were numbered. So I believe we caught the majority of them as we went through. Obviously, I didn't catch all of them because there was one redback one. But I think most of them we probably caught. Well, I'll show him to you again. Obviously, in a minute, we'll look at his number and all that. But for now, I've just got him set aside so that I know that he's in there. Actually, if I only missed one numbered one out of 1,400 cards, I won't be too sad about that. Of course, I catch them. Typically, anything that I would miss like that, originally I would catch when I was sorting, but yeah, it all ships for sure. So there's no chance of something not. Oh, that was an insert. There's no chance of something getting by you in any case because everything ships out. But for the sake of it being the first break, we'll flip through them like this. And then if I don't find anything that's any different in terms of the blank backs, any of them being unnumbered, then going forward, we will know that we won't have to do this to catch them. Because I also, obviously, the least amount of times the cards are handled, generally, the better off we are. So I don't typically like to grab them too many times if I can avoid it. So yeah, it looks like so far I've missed like 4 with the, and they were all with the red backs. Like, how am I not seeing the numbered ones that are only the ones with the red back? That is super weird. But I gotta say, they don't do a great job making the numbering stand out on most of them. But at any rate, what are you asking me there, Salt Hill? Yes, this was obviously the first one. Yes, it just came out today. So, and I also, they're always going to be whatever the break number is. Like this one, of course, break number 1. So when we do the next 10 box, it'll be break number 2, and that's kind of how I differentiate them, so that if you're ever trying to go back and find one later, you can match it up not only by the break number, but also by the date of the break, because I virtually always break on the same night that the auction ends. It's super rare for me to list something early and then break it later. I know a lot of people do. They'll pre-sell the new releases, you know, list them a day or 2, 3 ahead of time, and then break them on release night. But I find that can get confusing. I have done that in the past a few times, but then if something happens, if a package gets delayed, if a manufacturer moves a date and you've already had something listed, or people just in general getting confused about it and saying, oh, you know, it ended this night and then didn't break till that night. I don't know. I just found that it didn't work super well for me. So we're breaking it again tomorrow night, I believe, Tina. I can put the spreadsheet up there again in a minute after we look through all of this. I can put the spreadsheet back up there, and it shows everything that's scheduled for the next 5 days. I believe I probably have classics breaking 4 out of the next 5 nights, I think. Definitely 3 out of the 5, probably 5 out of the 5. As I have quite a bit of it, and I just kind of like to, when stuff is new, I just like to get in it and blow through it as best I can. Because everybody's excited about breaking it, myself included. So we're probably, I don't know, maybe not quite halfway through yet of looking at the, maybe we're, yeah, I don't know, trying to just, maybe we are halfway through of looking at the backs. Trying to judge based on the stacks that are left over there, which are stacked in a different quantity than these, so it's kind of hard to tell. But so far we have found a little handful here of, haven't found any other blank backs, but we have found a handful of other red backs, which are just sitting right there for the moment. Oh, I'm going to have to rethink some of my stacks here too. I'm running out of room right in front of me where to put all these. All right, let's extract that one. That is a lot of red ones. Well, I told you I'd be happy if there was only one I missed. I figured there were probably 4 or 5. There usually are in a break of this size, with the numbering kind of hard to see like it is in classics. There's usually 4 or 5 I missed, but I think there's probably 5 or 6 over there right now. Ha ha! There is one. There was one. It is numbered though. Of the blank, I mean, the blank back. So I guess the moral of the story is I'm going to have to pay like triple attention to where these should be numbered, since they are not exactly leaping off the card at me. All right. Oh yeah, tier 1 already broke, Yuval. This is, we're done with all the breaks tonight. This is just somebody that wanted to see the backs of all the cards in classics. So that's what I am flipping through right now. We've actually already finished all the breaks and the recaps and everything. Tier 1 actually went early tonight, Yuval, but if you can tell me who were your teams. I don't know if I'm going to remember, though. You know I'm terrible about remembering that far back. But I can try. I can probably at least remember if you had hits or didn't have hits. I hope. I hope maybe I can remember that far, Yuval. No, reds are high numbered. Reds are like, what are these? 299, I believe, are all the red ones I'm looking to see. Yeah, they're all 299. At least all the reds I've seen so far are. But we'll look at the specific numbers on each one of them, Tina, when once I get through looking at the backs of all of them. I just think it's easier right at the moment to keep them all in a pile. Then we'll look at them all at once after we have finished looking through everything as a whole. Does that make sense? We did have a couple of one of ones out there, Yuval, so maybe one of those will be yours. Had some nice stuff come out of everything really tonight. Tier 1, Dominion, Classics, everything was pretty solid tonight, as a matter of fact. I haven't seen any greenbacks. Obviously, you're seeing the same thing I'm seeing right now. We looked at all the hits live as we pulled them, so we looked at the front and back of each of those as we went. So as far as the rest of them, you are seeing it right now along with me, so I have not seen any green ones go by. We have found, I'd say by now probably close to a dozen of the reds that I missed the first time through, missed the numbering on. That's a bad vision night for me too, which didn't help matters. I had eye surgery several years ago and it did not go well, and the guy totally messed up my eye. And yeah, so I have a problem with the middle distance vision, which happens to be right where these cards set when I do a break. I can see really well if it's up very, very close. I mean, very close, like 3, 4, 5 inches. Or I can see well if it is very far away, like 5 or 6 feet away. But stuff that is like a foot to 4 or 5 feet away, it's kind of challenging for me sometimes if it's small or the writing is intertwined with a lot of other stuff. And then, of course, on top of all of that, my vision also fluctuates. So some days it's better than other days. So sometimes, like these classics cards, where they put the numbering, it's up there in that spot that's really kind of busy. So I do sometimes miss a few of them, but I am surprised I missed that many tonight. That's a lot. Of course, I would have obviously found them in sorting, but nonetheless, I do like to keep the numbered stuff typically out separate as we go along because I recap it. So kind of bummed that I missed that many tonight. I mean, I know they're to $2.99, but still. Yeah, Yuval, I don't know how that works either. Somebody else told me that. Somebody else said that in some breaks they can rewind when it's live, and in other breaks they can't. And I don't know. And I don't know how to make that work. And I don't know why it does work sometimes and doesn't work sometimes. I don't know, man. I know that's bad. I should know that probably, but I do not know that. So unfortunately, I cannot answer that question for you at the moment. These, of course, are the chromes, so I don't want these sliding across one another. So we have to do them a little differently. Frankly, the way they're coated these days, I don't think it would actually hurt them if they did slide across one another. In the old days, it definitely would have, but nonetheless, out of an abundance of caution, we did it the other way. So that is everything. Now we have now looked at the back of everything, and now we'll see what we have. So there's a Troy Aikman to $299. Get some more sleeves out here. And a Jason Witten to $299. A Brandon Faison to $299. Pretty much most of these are going to be to $299. So if I don't say anything, then it's to $299. Rodney Harrison. If I read out a different number, obviously you'll know it's different. But if I don't read out a different number, it's to $299. Jared Goff for the Rams. For the Colts, T.Y. Hilton. For the Giants, Odell Beckham Jr. Jordy, whoops, that sleeve went crazy on me. Jordy Nelson, Packers. No, I don't think there's any cost for it, Salt Hill. I just don't know how it works. Like, I don't know why it wouldn't work on some and not on others. There's a blank back Derek Carr for the Raiders. That one was to 50, of course. The blank backs are to 50. That is to $299 for the Cardinals. This is to $299 on Sam Hubbard. Christopher Herndon is a blank back to 50. And Christopher Herndon, do I know where he went? No, I don't. We're going to have to look him up. So hold on a second, and let me see if I can find that out. Because I don't remember Christopher Herndon. And Jets, okay? Christopher Herndon is the Jets. And now just as a general kind of thing, I definitely every night am not going to go through these all across the back. JT Barrett to $299. But what I will do going forward is to make sure that I do hopefully a better job of catching them live. That's for the Vikings. That was Fran Tarkenton to $299. What is going on with this pack of sleeves? They are like blowing out the side. Antonio Brown, $299, Steelers. That is Jim Taylor to $299 for the Packers. Tony Brown to $299. Devonta Freeman for $290 to $299. Howie Long, $299. Cooper Kupp, $299. And another sleeve blown out the side. My goodness. And then Cedric Wilson Jr. to $299. So, there we have it. That, I believe, Surely to Goodness has everything numbered after we did the second pass there. And what are you telling me there? So, there's an Enable DVR. I've never seen that on my broadcast software that says anything that says Enable DVR. So, I don't know about that. But I will see if I can figure it out. I don't know, Yval. I'll try to figure it out, though. I will make an effort to do that for you so I can see what's happening. Oh, and Saltil, you're talking about the stuff with my eyes. Oh, it's just a hot mess of stuff. Starburst is certainly one thing, but mine is actually not from Lasix. It was the forerunner to Lasix. It was called RK, radial keratotomy. And it just has caused a lot of problems. Like sometimes I get multiple images, and sometimes my vision's really blurry. Sometimes it's that way in the mornings. It'll clear up in the daytime. Sometimes it stays that way all day. And then it also, he only did one eye, and I had so many problems with it right away that we never did the other eye. So there's a really big difference in the power of my two eyes. So I cannot wear contacts. I cannot wear glasses because it gives me migraine headaches. There's no way to fix it. I saw all kinds of specialists and stuff after it happened. And basically, so one eye now is super, super nearsighted. The other eye is really farsighted. So I have kind of built-in bifocals. But it leads to all these other problems. So some days I can see much better than others, but anytime it's challenging for me to see small little stuff like the numbering when it doesn't stand out. You know, on the cards, most cards it stands out, but in these, like with classics, and they put the numbers up there with so much other stuff around it, it's a really busy card. It's sometimes hard for me to catch it. It's easier, of course, when I sort it, because I've got them up much closer in a range where I can see better, so I can catch it real easily when I'm sorting it. But sometimes live, it's harder for me to see. That's all. But, oh yeah, I definitely am not getting the second one done. This has been several years ago that all this happened, and, you know, it was awful. I couldn't see hardly at all for a long time. It was really bad. It's like if you imagine taking your eye and wrapping saran wrap around your eye and then wiping mayonnaise on the saran wrap. That's what my vision was like when I woke up the next day after the surgery. And it stayed like that for a long time. And then it gradually got better, and, you know, it is now where it is. So it's not ever going to get any better than what it is, but I've learned to work around it for the most part. But for sure, some days it's better than others, and today was not one of the better days, so there you go. But anyway. All right, what else did I promise I was going to do? Put the spreadsheet up, which I forgot about a minute ago, didn't I? Haha. So you're sitting there going, well, why don't you shut up about your eye and show us the spreadsheet? Sorry. So sometimes that happens, especially late at night. Okay, so yes, here is what is coming up in the days ahead. So tomorrow night, autographed baseball jersey, some autographed baseballs, and a full case out of the Onyx Preferred Players, a Gold Rush autographed full-size football helmet, another case of Tier 1 baseball, and another case of Classics football. On Friday, the Gold Rush mini helmets come out, Series 2 mini helmets. So we will bust into those Friday, another case of Tier 1, another case of Dominion basketball, and then a case of Ultimate Draft football. And that'll have 60 hits in it. Leaf Ultimate Draft is all hits, no base. It's all on card. And it is most of what I'd call the hot players from this year's draft are on the checklist for that. But it's a really cool product, and a case of that, again, it's going to have 60 hits. It's going to be cool and fun. It comes out Friday. We're going to break it Friday. Saturday, an autographed jersey, another autographed mini helmet, some 2011 Prime Signatures half case, another case of Leaf Ultimate Draft, another case of Classics football. Sunday, Gold Rush autographed baseball jersey, a case of the Onyx Preferred Players autographed baseballs, some 2012 Signature Series baseball, a third case of Dominion basketball, a third case of Ultimate Draft football, and a fourth case of Classics football. And then Monday is all memorabilia with a little 2011 Prime Signatures thrown in. So that's what it looks like for the 5 days ahead. And the only other thing is, the shipping info. So hoping for Saturday on everything that we broke tonight. It is a ton of stuff to sort and do out of Classics, as you know. So if it ends up that it slides, remember it would go to Tuesday because there is no mail service on Monday. It's a holiday, so no post office. But I'm going to try really hard to get it out on Saturday for you guys. And that is truly it for me tonight. I believe that wraps us up. So once again, thanks everybody. I appreciate you bidding, breaking, chatting with me, and hanging in here all the way till after midnight. So thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you the next time. Take care now. Bye-bye.